Hello everyone, my name is Irwin Thomas Wilson and I am an intern for Lexus Click program. So today I am going to talk about a social, economic and a legal problem that is existing in our society or in our country. So my topic is public regulations, corporate social responsibility, and also can it be considered as a social license to conduct business in India. So I will just explain what is corporate social responsibility in brief. A company has a social responsibility towards the society, towards the environment, towards the community in which they thrive in. The World Business Council for Sustainable Development has defined CSR as the continuing commitment by business to behave ethically and contribute to economic development of the economic development and also improve the quality of life of the workforce, their family members, the local community and also society at large. So this is the definition of CSR. Now we will see a brief history of CSR in India. Many ancient scriptures has defined that in Atharvana Veda it says that one should procure wealth with 100 hands and distribute it with 1000 hands. The Yajurveda says that enjoy riches with detachment. Do not cling to them because the riches belong to the public. They are not yours alone. In the Rig Veda it says that need for the wealthy to plant trees and build tanks for the community as it would bring them glory in life and beyond. Let us walk together, let us talk together, let our heart vibrate together. Not only in Hindu religion, even the Islam and Sikhism has certain practices. The Islam has zakat, in which a portion of one's earning must be shared with the poor in form of donation. And the Sikh religion also has this tradition which goes by the name Dashant. So this is a brief history of CSR in India. So now we will look at the legal framework of CSR in India. CSR became mandatory in the year 2013 when the Companies Act was amended and it was included by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs in the Companies Act. So Section 135 and Schedule 7 of Companies Act 2013 mentions that a company which has a net worth of rupees 500 crore or a turnover of rupees 1000 crore or a net profit of rupees 5 crore needs to spend at least 2% of its average net profit for the immediately preceding 3 financial years on corporate social responsibility activities. So the company which falls under the mentioned criteria should uh, donate or should set aside 2% of their annual profit for CSR activities. So the Section 135 also tells that which all activities cannot be considered as CSR activities. That is contribution to political parties, opening schools for children of employees, bonus to workers, providing technical skills or additional knowledge to workers, running welfare services for employees, etc. So these all cannot be considered as CSR activity because these all people are directly connected to the company. When we do a CSR activity, it should affect or it should the recipients, the beneficiaries should be the local community or the society. not only the people that are connected to the company. So it also mentions the section 135 also mentions penalties for default: rupees 50,000 fine or 3 years imprisonment, or both, a company owner have to face for not filing the CSR report to the MCA, that is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So this is the public regulations and legal framework of CSR in India. Going further comes the big question, that is, can CSR be considered as a social license to conduct business? So I will talk about one to two companies which used CSR as a method to cover their tracks, or cover uh, cover their tracks from the society. So one is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola uh, in 2007 published a sustainability report called Live Healthy. Sorry, not Live Healthy, Live Positively. So the Live Positively report covered 7 key areas in which the firm sets concrete targets to strengthen its environmental practices, beverage advantages, active healthy living, environment, energy and atmosphere, clean packaging, water stewardship, and the workplace. Uh, these are the main focus area where the Live Positively sustainability report concentrated. But the problem was that even though these were the main principles of their CSR activities, they did acts which contradicted with their own CSR principles. That is, uh, in 2003, NGO filed a complaint that the Coca-Cola products had pesticides in their products. There were pesticide contents in their products. So when a company says that they want their product to be healthy, they want they focus mainly on people's health, yet they add a harmful substance in their product. So these this was a big conflict at that time, and the government has had to intervene in this process. And also further going, there were also over extraction of groundwater in Kerala. The High Court of Kerala has banned Coca-Cola for taking so much water. So because they've set up a factory in Plachimada in Kerala. So after that, they were over extracting the groundwater. So the people in around the factory couldn't get enough water. There was a scarcity of water. So they faced high protest and demonstrations by the people. So the High Court had to uh, stop the company from extracting that much amount of groundwater. So they are going against their own principles. They are going against the principles set up by themselves. Not only that, Unilever, a famous fast-moving consumer goods company, in the year 2007, 2001, sorry, my mistake. The Unilever Gold Global Company deposited 300 metric tons of mercury in Kodaikanal, which is situated in South India. So they published in their website that we are committed to performing our activities with dignity and reverence for the needs of our stakeholders. So they also said that we are also committed to make ongoing progress in our environmental impact management and moving toward our long-term vision of building a sustainable company. So there itself they are contradicting with their own principles. They say that they do they try the most to build a sustainable environment, a sustainable company, yet they are disposing a huge amount of waste into the environment. So the the companies are using CSR to cover their tracks, to cover their actual acts. So in to conclude my video, I'm saying that the Ministry of Corporate Affairs should be more vigilant and set up a proper framework to prevent such acts, so that the company cannot use CSR as a matter to avoid such acts in future. That's all. Thank you.